Hello farmers and welcome back to American Falls. Just taking care of the pigs before we call it a month. It's time to get into the month of May, where we got some work to do, like we do most months anyways, but basically making money at the BGA is priority number one. The silage should be ready somewhere around the noon hour, maybe a little bit after that. I do plan on probably gathering all the manure that the pigs and cows have, along with the slurry, bringing that over. Trying to work our way up to 200,000, as we know, to buy the quote-unquote unknown production building. And then, of course, we got to spray for weeds as well next month. Everything should be set to go for spring on the weeds. Corn is next for the pigs. Pigs' health is slowly going up. I think we're like at 25, 26%. It got down to like 20% over the previous month because we ran out of wheat in the feed trough. Or was it corn? I think it was corn. And I got plenty of corn in the trailer. Don't need that much. Let's go ahead and dump this into the feed trough. And they should be all set. And once their health gets back up to 100%, then we'll start looking at the pigs to resell some. Well, resell? Can you sell again? Well, to get back in there and sell the pigs that are worthwhile selling. Let's just go ahead and there we go. And they should be good for a little while. Cows and sheep are doing well on the feed side, so shouldn't have to worry about them for a few months anyways. And when I say the sheep, that includes the goats as well. Don't want to not include the goats in there. Let's close the gate so they're all set. Pigs don't really go anywhere. Unlike the free-range cows that we have over at the other barn once in a while. Yeah, the pigs pretty much stay where they should be. Rain is a good thing, in real life anyways, for a farm. Of course, you need the moisture. In Farming Simulator, I wish that was kind of a thing, but maybe in the future it'll be a thing. Get all the corn back into the silo before it gets too wet. Alright, we're going to leave that right there. And, yep, the trailer should continue to go on down. So, nothing else to do for farm work. Contracts, I kind of forgot to look at. Contracts. Nothing new there. Production buildings, we are actually producing or converting slurry over. So we should make a little bit of money on that. And of course, the greenhouses, every month they're making about, 2,500 to 3,000, depending on what these products are selling at the current time. And yeah, we don't have many production buildings here like we do on Hills of Tuscany. But either way, let's go to bed. 8 o'clock in the morning should be fine. It's May. The sun should be up. And then, we'll grab the Fent, and we got the trailer on already, so we'll grab the manure. Up to $90,000 in the bank account. Do we have a second pile of manure? No, not yet, we don't. But we'll grab everything that we have here. How much slurry do we have, actually? Well, they held us up to 44%, so that's something. Slurry, we only got 14,000 liters, so not a whole lot. What is in the store? Nothing but a front loader. Alright, so sprayers, let's go ahead and lease this right away. And we're just going to go ahead and get the Kubota. And yep, we're going to go ahead and get the widest working width. And of course, we got to make sure we do the See and Spot weed spraying. And leasing for 4,000. Yes, we are good there. That'll be done in the Vultra because we got to go in a couple fields and the crops are well established that if I go in there with wide tires, we'll destroy the crop. So the Vultra will be doing that job there. You know what? I want to open up both gates to get in here today. Let's go ahead and clear out the manure and bring that over. We should have weeds in our sorghum field growing. And yes, I can see some weeds here. You can see the weeds are sprouting up in some areas. So this will have to be taken care of. But we're going to go ahead and spray all the fields. Even though there might not be some weeds in some fields, as I explained before. Just to help out our score as much as we can. Alright, spin this around here. Yeah, my equipment could use a good repair and refuel, but it's not extremely needed right now. I'd rather just save up for the production building. Am I going to get around that fence? Just barely. And somewhere in here should fill up. We should have no problem taking all this in. Now, going over to the cow barn, I am going to try to go through the back side to get the manure and see if it'll trigger there. Don't know how big the trigger area actually is, but we're going to give it a go. Let's make sure we close these gates. You trying to escape there, fella? Or lady? Whatever you might be, I don't know. Alright, off to the cow barn after I get myself kind of turned around here. Kind of made myself a mess backing up. Yeah, the slurry, not, I guess, since the pigs aren't making as much because with their health being kind of low, I guess they're not producing as much slurry. But I would like to get everything over there as I possibly could just to bring in the cash. Now we got weeds in that field. We got weeds in most of our field. The grass field that I did mow, we only got one grass field now. The upper, or actually the lower half, technically, the lower half needs to be fertilized because the grass has been cut. So we got to make sure that's all set to go. Can I spin around here? Did I leave myself enough room? No, I did not. Yep, just climb over it like a monster truck. There you go. You got it. So I don't know if this is going to work or not. We're going to find out here shortly. I think the way Lancy Boy wants us to get the manure is to go. Whoops. Wants us to go into the cow barn itself. Okay, so the gates. Oh, you're going to open up that way. So the trigger technically is like right here. Actually, if I turn on the interactive zone markers, you'll see. The question is it going to be... Yeah, it's actually right here. I'm wondering if I can get it in there. If it's possible. And the answer is no. The answer is no for that. Okay. Well, now we know. What's the best way? Watch out for that barbed wire fence. That could hurt. So I guess we're going to have to come in this way. And then back the trailer. Well, that trigger is actually in a weird spot, honestly, because the manure pile is kind of in the way. So I have to back around the manure pile to get to that trigger zone. Well, the trigger zones, you know, are better than having to use a belt system and all that, I suppose. Although I will be leasing a belt for the silage at the BGA later on at some point. I see we got no cows running around here today on the outside. But let me get my trailer a little bit more lined up than what it was. Probably should open up both gates. And never mind the Jersey cattle, we'll just get right to it. I wonder if I can fill up from here. No, I cannot, so I need to go. And there we go. We're filling up with manure. So that's a little bit of a tricky trigger spot, honestly. Might help us in the future to maybe get a belt for this. I mean, it wouldn't be bad to have a belt anyways, because I'm going to be using it. Well, I may not be using it at all at the BGA, honestly, because the grass field may just have to be a hay field for the cows, sheep, and goats all the time. So, but yeah, the belt is not that expensive. What is it, like 30 some odd grand, brand new? 38,000? Yeah. Maybe we'll get lucky at some point because we do lease it often enough that maybe it'll come up for sale. Don't really need a new belt for transporting manure out of the cow barn. The pigs, we can still load the manure the way we've been doing it. But for the cow barn there, as you saw, it's not the best location for the trigger for auto-loading the manure. But anyways, we got just about a full trailer. So we'll get this over to the BGA, start processing. A little bit of money to come on in. And then, you know what? I can probably just leave the Fendt and the trailer over here at the BGA. Because it's going to be, so, like I said, somewhere around noon when that silage is ready. So we'll just have to lease a belt, bring it over to the BGA, and load up this trailer and dump it on in. Although probably be better if I had the forage wagon over here. The reason why I say that because the forage wagon holds 200,000 liters. This holds 40, so it'd be like, I mean, it's not that long of a trip, but it'd be 10. I have to keep positioning the trailer underneath the belt 10 times because it's going to take about 10 loads of the trailer. If I had the forage wagon, it's going to be 2 full loads and a little bit of a third. Minor stuff like that. My brain always thinks about things like that when I'm doing it. Can't help myself. Alright, let's get this in and then we'll jump into the Vultra and we'll get the weed spraying done, and maybe after I get done with the weed spraying and I'm waiting for the silage to get 100% ready, we will switch out trailers and bring the forage wagon over. Alright, just make sure I turn on the BGA to process the manure. Doesn't really matter which one we put it into. Alright, so while that's going in, let's go to productions. And, okay, so we're out of slurry. Let's deactivate that. I don't know if I'll bring over the cows and pigs slurry or not. Can I see how much slurry we got from the cows? Is that a thing? Slurry, 29,000. And the pigs, I think, had under 20,000, right? I mean, it's still 30 some odd thousand, so it's only like a half a tanker. Alright, we'll leave that there for now. The Vultra is over at the farm. Alright, what we'll do is, since I got the fertilizer spreader on here, I'm going past the grass field, so we'll swing in there, we'll fertilize the grass field. Take us just a moment. Then I'll drop off the spreader, head on down to the store, then grab the See and Spot weed sprayer. And we can get the spraying weeds. We got a lot of work to do there. I'll probably just show some of it, and then I'll do the rest of it off camera because, like I said, I got to do a good amount of the fields. I'm thinking maybe 3 fields really only have weeds in it, just 3. So the other ones I just got to go into it for a second and just do a quick spray and be done with it. This field here is over fertilized because it was rye that was here, and then we put the grass in. And it's kind of hard to see. I can barely see where the grass field technically is. Well, when I mean it's all grass, but the part that we mowed. There we go. should be all set. Now we can see it a little bit better. And then, believe it or not, next month I'm right back into this grass field because that half is ready. Well, will be ready. And this one will be in the first harvest stage. At some point, I got to just mow it when one section of the field isn't quite fully grown, just to get it all on the same stage. And by mowing it in June, that means, let's see, August, September, and October, it'll be ready once again. Should have enough fertilizer in the spreader. Didn't check when I was leaving. But yeah, we should be good to go. Yeah, just want to make sure. Yeah, I still have the narrow tires on the Valtra. I think I decided a long time ago when I converted it over just to leave them on there. Fertilized the neighbor's lawn a little bit. And then a few more passes here, and then this grass field will be all set. So wide enough to get all this. Kind of. And making a bit of a mess of it here. Now I'm probably over-fertilizing that part of the grass field. I should probably narrow it down like this. There we go, we're all set. Then make sure it's on the widest working width when I leave it there. Alright, so grass field's all set. Let's go plop this down right over here in this corner. Actually, you know what? What I need to be doing is, because I forgot about it, is there is a pallet of seed over here. If I start piling things all together, I can remind myself to come grab it later on and bring it all back together. So this field here has weeds in it, so that'll need to be taken care of. I think the field across the way, which is a wheat field, I think that has no weeds into it. So I'll just need a quick spray. Can't remember, it looks like liquid fertilizer in that, so I'm going to get some herbicide. Maybe just get like 600 liters if I can buy it from, can't remember if I can buy it from the hut or not. We can. Oh, that fills up quickly. Okay. That should be more than enough to get what we need to be getting done. All right, let's cross the railroad tracks and fingers crossed like always. I'll take a sneak peek down there. I don't see nothing coming. I think this field down here was a cornfield, which means I plowed it previously. So there should be no weeds in this field. But we will. And again, the only reason why I'm doing this is just to get our precision farming up just a little bit in all these fields for weeds. It hasn't dropped that much, actually. It's almost near 100%. But I'm just going to make sure that we are all set in any case. So, yeah, turning it on, we're not using any herbicide, but that should just make sure that the weed score in that field is at its max. But this field here has weeds into it. And once again, the See and Spot weed sprayer is only going to spray the herbicide where the weeds are. You can kind of see where it sprays. That's where, well, that's where the weeds are. So it's taking care of it. So it shouldn't take us too long to get all these fields done. Like I said, I think overall it's just 3 fields that I got to do, and that's it. The other fields would be like the first one we just did. I just got to go in there for a second, spray it, and then get out of there. Oh, the one thing I didn't check this morning, and I should have, because it's be wise to, yeah, some good fertilizing contracts. Accept that one, and yeah, we'll accept that one as well. Fertilizing contracts only, but that is near, pretty close to $30,000. Probably overall profit of $20,000 once I spend what I do on fertilizer. All just to get that production building. But I'm hoping that production building will do one thing for me, and that is reduce the amount of contracts that we're doing. I mean, yeah, we have definitely reduced the amount of contracts I have done. Let's be honest, I've done a lot of contracts here. Let's let's have a look here. It does tell me somewhere. Missions completed, 256. 256. And I would say 230 of those are plowing and fertilizing contracts. And probably maybe like 150 to 175 of those contracts were just fertilizing. That's where the Franks come in. To set them off on their way. So it shouldn't take me too long, like I said, to get all these sprayed with herbicide. And then we will lease a belt to bring up to the BGA. And I think I will, while everything is going on, I think I will go ahead and go back to the farm and swap out the trailer for the forage wagon, just to make it a little bit easier on myself. Farm's not too far away from the BGA. So let's go ahead. I'm going to be here probably for about 10 minutes going around and spraying all the fields, maybe a little bit longer. But hopefully by the time we get done, yeah, the silage will be pretty close to being ready. This should be the last field I have to do for spraying for weeds. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get myself a worker for this one. Let's scroll up to here. Create job. Let's get all the way up here, because that way I can get on to doing some other things. Field position, like so. One headland should be enough. And yep, the worker does the see and spot weed spraying as well. Just wanted to make sure, because I think this is the first time I've done a worker with a see and spot weed spraying. I tried a worker with a see and spot weed sprayer before, but that was on a contract. And on a contract, it was using the whole bar because I guess we didn't do soil sampling and all that. Let me just check to see on the weeds. Wait, where do I check weeds? I have to go to precision. No, we can do it here. So yeah, we can see the weeds in this field here, but we're killing those off. That field there, I did pretty good. This field here, no weeds. Our grass field, no weeds. This field here, no weeds, no weeds, no weeds. And I think that's it. I think we're pretty much all set on our fields, right? I don't own any more. No, we're all set. So that is working as intended. We did reach top of the hour just a while ago, and I did not make that much money. And I was trying to think that I did activate the manure at the BGA. We did. Okay, so maybe we're getting close to another full hour here. So maybe by then, after a full hour of production, we'll have a good amount of money coming in. So I'm going to bring this trailer back and then come back with the forage wagon, get kind of all set. I think we're going to be somewhere around 90% fermented over here. 92%. So yeah, a couple more hours is all we need. And then dump a whole bunch of silage in there. Of course, it will take a little bit of time for it to process all that through. And hopefully by the time we wake up in the month of June, I think we should be all set to buy our production building. I mean, we should be able to. Like I said, we got like $30,000 in contracts coming up. A total profit of maybe $20,000. I got to sell the greenhouses. That's another $30,000. And with the money coming in from the BGA, that should do it. Well, while I'm still waiting for the worker spraying the weeds in that field, we are very close, 96%. Let's go ahead and fast forward time here till this is fermented. We got the belt already here. $2,071, I think it was, to lease the belt. So overall, not that bad. Yep, that should be good. Turn that engine on, actually. And now let's get the trailer underneath. So 450,000 liters of silage. Let's get this on in. Try to keep the belt. Keep on loading into the trailer. That should be about 100,000 liters in there. I don't really need to get a full trailer, because like I said, we're not going too far. There we go. Let me get this roughly where it should be for next load. And let's start the process. And I think the BGA holds like 300,000, so it's going to almost take the whole bunker that we have over there. The good thing is I can fill the BGA up and I can put the rest of the silage in the trailer and I can return the belt and not have any additional fees on the leasing costs. Oh yeah, and it'd probably be very helpful, as I think I just said, to turn on the silage production. The manure is not really bringing in the money. I'll be honest with that. But I can see it's only $14.52 on energy compared to silage, which is $58.84. Yeah, I'm bringing like $300 an hour on the manure-ish, somewhere around there. It's kind of hard to tell because of the greenhouses also. I really need to get the trailer like this. Good thing is I can retract the belt to kind of get in where it needs to be. There we go. And the bulk of it is, of course, towards the back. Once again, this is a modded belt that I use, not the in-game one. If you use the in-game belt, you're going to need to lease also this belt right here. This belt picks the material off the ground to put it on this belt, but I'm using a modded one that picks up right off the ground. Most of you already know that, but a couple of times I've seen people comment on all the videos saying my belt won't pick it up off the ground like yours does. It's like you're probably using the in-game one, which is fine and all, but that's why it won't pick it up right off the ground. Well, it looks like we're done spraying for weeds, so I can get a worker to start fertilizing. But in order to do that, I need to go grab our sprayer, which is down. I say sprayer, it's actually a spreader. It's actually down in the field. And I think I'm stuck on the trailer because I backed up too close to it. So let's go ahead and bring up this load. Actually, it's almost a full trailer anyways. This may be all processed by morning. Maybe not. Alright, so it is full. So actually we can speed time back up a little bit. ×5 would be good. Now that the production has started. But we are on our way. Let's see here. I'm always trying to find the best spot to like to turn around here. I think I can do it here. Barely. Yep. Made it. Alright, so how much more do we got in here? Yeah, I think this should all fit into the trailer. Gonna grab all that in the front, maybe. Not quite. Better than doing it in the dark, which is, I think, what I did last time because it was winter time. All right, let's reposition our trailer for us. Just want to get this all in the forage wagon, that way I can return the belt. Don't worry, we'll grab that little piece that's right there. Probably like 30 liters worth. Right, let me reposition the belt here. Oh, it grabbed all of it for me. Wait, did it grab? What happened to the pile that was up here? Did that magically just disappear on me? Well, the bunker is... well, it's empty. So we can go ahead and we can return the belt. Return that. Now let's bring the Fent right over here. And I'll park it up at the trigger. Yeah, that's the other good thing about getting the bigger forage wagon. If I only could hold like 40,000, what do we got? Like, wait, how much is in there? There we go. Yeah, I got like 4 trailer loads of the other wagon I would have had. So in other words, I would have had to keep the belt for a long period of time, which would add some additional fees to the leasing. Let's go over to our field and see how the worker did. And they did very, very well. Let's just jump right into the tractor, shall we? I don't think I can unload the herbicide out of this, but we'll give it a try. And I think it ended up using about, what, 400 liters of herbicide? So not a whole lot. I'm starting to pile up some pallets around here. This action cannot be performed here. Yeah, I don't know why on some implements I can't unload them. I mean, it's trying to. It just says it can't. I've tried with the boom out. That doesn't work either. I tried it on the front. But let's just go ahead and return it. It is what it is. Alright, so now I got some fields to fertilize. So I'm going to go grab the sprayer. I keep saying the sprayer. It's a spreader. Grab the spreader. I'm also going to grab the pallet of seeds. And we're going to get started on that. So field 47, I'll get that one done first. That way when I go down and grab the stuff, I can drop off the pallet of seeds. Worker will get started fertilizing that and also fertilizing that. And I will see you later on in the afternoon before we call it a day. And then we'll sleep to the month of June. And fingers crossed, the money is all there that we need. While I'm waiting for the worker to finish up the second fertilizing field contract, I am feeding the pigs just to make sure. Their feed trough was down about half full. Yeah, I got to feed the pigs every month. And their health is, it's up to like 43% now or something like that. So at the rate it's going, maybe in 2 months I'll be able to sell the pigs once their health gets up to 100%. Their health may increase faster if I had like a root crop and a protein crop. Is it a protein crop that we're missing? What's that actually classified as at? Yeah, protein, which is the canola. So we're just doing base food and grain currently. If I had all 4 food groups in there, their health probably will go up faster. But as we have seen, the corn and the wheat, once they are 100%, they're 100% healthy with just that alone. But it's nice having a Landini around the farm in order to be able to feed the pigs because the Fent is over at the BGA. And yeah, the money did drop quite a bit because I had to fill up the fertilizer spreader. And also the worker repaired, I do believe, the Voltra while they were fertilizing a field. I saw a vehicle maintenance fee come up for a couple of grand at the same time. So let's just go ahead in here and we'll just make sure this is topped off. Shouldn't take too much. It's only been like an hour or so. And for contracts, let's go ahead and collect on the one that's done for 10 grand just to get our money back up again. And I'll tell you what, since I think, what are they, like, well, they're more than halfway done. I mean, they haven't been in the field too long. Now, if I go ahead and do this, I can see where the worker has been. So let's zip around here, and then we can call it a day. No other really great contracts have come up. There are some coming up, but I think after we get this one done, we'll head back to our lovely little tent, and we'll call it a month of May. Nothing else for me to really do other than pass time and hope all the money comes in that we need. So let me zip around here. This is going to take me about a minute or two of me spreading fertilizer. Am I at the widest working width? I am, so it shouldn't take me, like I said, a couple minutes. And then, yeah, we'll say goodbye to the month of May in year number 8 I need to pay attention when I'm driving here. I'm missing a whole big section here. Well, with all the pieces I missed on this field, I wasn't expecting to get done that quick. But the contract is done, so let's stop spending money on fertilizer. And let's collect on that contract, please. That should get us over 100,000, right? Is that correct? 103,432 is where we currently sit. So another 100,000 is all we need. And once again, we'll get 30,000 for selling the greenhouses. We got 6 of them. Not 30,000 a piece, but 30,000 in total is what we get for selling them. But I'm not going to sell them until the last second because the longer I have them, like I said, they do make us a little bit of money every hour. Not a whole lot, but it is something. So no sense in selling them until we really need to. But yeah, we're ready to call it a month. I think I'll fast forward time until it gets dark, and then we'll go over to the BGA just to make sure that the BGA is full of the silage that it can have. I don't expect it to go through all of it anyways. How much are we getting an hour? 106.8. Yeah, just like $3,500, somewhere around there. So, yeah, may not actually have the money by the time morning comes, but we'll be close. I still think we'll definitely have it by the end of the month of June, the production building. Let me just zip over to here. Just make sure we keep this topped off. Like I said, though, I don't actually expect it to go through it overnight. But let's go ahead and just first slow down time because it is dark. I'm not going to check the store because I don't want to do anything I shouldn't be doing. I think we'll wake up with maybe like 155. Maybe 160. Somewhere in there. Not too bad. 163. So we are very, very close to being able to buy the production building. The pigs, I kind of forgot to close the gate overnight, but I think they're fine. What their health is up to, well, 68%. It's getting there. It is getting there. Let me go over here and close the gate. Or gates. There we go. They're all set. Contracts. I'll look at that first thing. A lot of fertilizing contracts. And, ooh. Nope, that one right there. 23,000. I'll take that one. Sometimes they disappear. Yep, they're starting to disappear. Field number 42. We'll take that one. So there's $40,000 worth. And, of course, I can take 3 at a time. 39's down by 42. So that alone, right there, will get us the production building. Now, it is going to rain this month. Let me see. No, that's the wrong one. Not until noon. Now, we should actually have a field ready for harvest. We do. A wheat field way down here. Maybe I'll wait a month before harvesting it. Because then maybe these fields here will be ready. Possibly the oat fields. Let's see. Oats. Yeah, oats may be ready for next month. So we may not harvest the wheat field this month. We may do it next month. So I may focus on those fertilizing contracts in between episodes. And, of course, with the BGA. Actually, let me go over there in case I forget. May not take all of it. Oh, it did. Perfect. So that is all set. But yeah, I'll get those fertilizing contracts. And then, yeah, beginning of next episode, we should be putting in a production building, kind of that general direction on the other side of the road. But anyways, that is where we're going to have to wrap it up for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in American Falls. But until then, have a good one.